This time we see basically how to fuck things up starting from a loop. So what we see is basically the O9 x epsilon, which is the start sample offset command, the sample retrigger, and the reverse command. So first we need to start with a loop. So we click once to preview it. We double click to import it in Renoise. To stop a loop from playing, we just press ESC. Now once the loop is here, we click on that and we either click on sample editor or F4 to get there. So that's our loop. So we want to hear it, we press for example Z, that's a C4, that's the original pitch. One octave higher, it would sound like this. Now the loop basically repeats 4 times the same, so first thing you can do, we can just chop it, select and delete. Press Z again. It's better. Still not looping, so we click on instrument settings here, click on sync, we tell them how many bits, 16. It automatically syncs to the tempo, so in this case it's 95 BPMs. We want this to loop as well, so we click here and there, it takes forward, and then we put the sample start here, the loop start here, and the loop end there. Okay, it loops seamlessly. Now we want to change the tempo, so maybe 125, slightly closer. Not bad, but let's say that for the sake of fun, we play it at 180. Yeah, much better. Now, let's go back to the pattern editor, or F1. Again, for the sake of convenience, we just shorten this to 16 steps. We can preview. You can notice that even if I'm pressing different keys, the pattern plays always the same pitch. That's because we told him that it will be synced. So we want this to play, tack, press one note, and here it goes. That's quite, yeah, a pattern, that's quite boring. Here in sample properties, we can see that the NNA, which is the new note action, is going to cut. So every time I enter a new note, it will repeat from the beginning. As you can see, it's always starting from the same point, which is the beginning of the sample. Now we want to change this. Doesn't sound bad like this. So we go to the sample editor, maybe we pause our loop. Let's say we want it to start from here, that I think it should be the snare sound. So we click, to know what enter in the O9 command, we need to basically know where to start. So we click there, and here next to record it tells us 3F. That's the position inside the sample. So I go back to the pattern editor. I want our sample to start from the snare. So I go to the command effect, enter 9. Was it 1F? 3F. 1, 3, and let me remove the edit step, F. And now as you can see, every time it starts from the snare. If I enter again 9, 3F, okay, so now what if you wanted to start from another place? So for example, we wanted to start from the snare here, normally here for the kick, and there we wanted to start from another area. So let's say we wanted to start from this hi-hat that we still haven't heard. So I can see that it's 7F from there, or 80 almost. Anyway, pattern editor, 8, 0. What happens if we just remove the sync? It's going to play at the original pitch, but we can make instant industrial just by lowering the pitch that will play. We do this by raising the level of the bass note. We can lower these things up to. It's getting better, quite, you know, that gritty industrial sound that I love, and you might not, but I do. Now, this sample here, let's go back to the sync to 16, 125. Plays normally. Now, let's start with messing things up with the commands. Now, if you press B, what happens? It will play in reverse. That's the B0 command. B1 will play it normally again. B0 will reverse again, and B1 again go normal. Now we can use these together with the sample start we saw before. Now, if we can see, look at the sample editor. You see this bar here? That's our timeline. Look how it's going. Completely messed up, starting from the back, starting from the front, going somewhere and stopping. And that's a B command. Now, apart from this, there's also another command, it's called E. It's the sample retrigger. Now, let's remove this and see what it does. So we've deleted all notes and we have our sample. Normal, okay? Now if I enter E, let's say 3, and that's the effect. So let's go for 4. It basically quickly retriggers. I'm using now some quick retriggers to just keep the sound going for some time. Now, it's quite a weird effect. Okay, this is just abusing that effect. Now, if I enter a new note here, that's what happens, is that it will start again from here. We want it to use in conjunction together with the other effect. Look at what's happening, by the way. Now, we want it to start there from, what was the sample? 3F. As you can see, we can just go for some basically drastic fucking on these sounds. On 3F again. Now let's go back to lower speed. Now that's some fucked up sound, isn't it? And if you consider that we started from a loop that for fun we just play normally in the next. We can go now to the mixer. We could solo our effect and add a delay. And now let's kick in with the other one. That I still would prefer to have it. Yeah, not bad, considering, you know, what we started with and our final result. Now, next lesson we will just chop this same sample and just do the same thing or similar thing in a different way.